Hello, the purpose of this video is to give you 8 tips for an effective interview. The first tip is to dress for success. This means that you should wear something clean and conservative. Something that is ideal would be men or women's suits. These don't have to be the most expensive on the market, but they should be clean and neat. The second tip is to be on time. We suggest that you should be there 5 to 30 minutes earlier. Leaving 20 to 30 minutes to spare will give you some relaxed time. And this is useful because you never know what you may run into. You never know what traffic you may approach. And also, if you get there much earlier, you can have time to go to the restroom, to tidy up a little bit, like brush your hair or straighten your tie, which makes you presentable and gives you a good impression. Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes in the actual location gives a good impression. The third tip is to control your actions. This means being polite to the receptionist or the secretary. Sometimes these are the people that may impact your interview the most because they can go back to their boss and say, hey, I got a feel for this person. Maybe he or she does belong in the company. And second, don't drink too much caffeine. Things like coffee, soda, or tea, even chocolate sometimes has caffeine and you may get the jitters. And this is the day that you don't want to be all over the place or scrambling or anything like that. So be careful when you ingest too much of this. Thirdly is to shake hands firmly. Do not crush or be limp. When you have a firm handshake, this gives information to the interviewer and it shows that you are confident. So remember this, please. The fourth tip is to watch your body language. This is important because most interviewers are watching what you're doing and all eyes are on you basically. And most of these interviewers know how to pick up certain body cues to tell what this person is bringing to the table. The first tip is to sit straight in your chair. Lean a little forward to show that you are engaged and that you are showing interest. Do not slouch. It gives a message that you are low in energy and that you are a lazy person. It may not be what you are trying to show, but this is what can be transmitted. The second part is to look the interviewer in the eyes. This shows that you are confident in what you're saying and that you are really engaging and trying to. The next tip is to control your speaking. Speak slowly and be careful because if you have an accent, sometimes it is not so easy to understand this person. It is not to say that you won't have a good interview or that you won't be a good employee, but you have to be a little extra careful because you want to make sure that you're understood and not misinterpreted. Don't ramble on and on. Sometimes when one is nervous, we tend to say things simply for the sake of saying things. And remember that the more you say, sometimes the more likely we are to give a weakness away. And we don't want this. We want our strength to shine, basically. And so the best thing to say is to stop speaking once you have answered the question satisfactorily and once you have made your point across. The next tip is to come prepared. You should bring any supporting documents such as letters of recommendation, articles you've published, transcripts, or copies of your resume, but try not to go overboard because they should already have these documents. You're just bringing them just in case, so just bring the most important ones really. These things will come in handy because you never know if they really won't have them, and so by you coming prepared, it shows them that you are ready for any circumstance. Second part is to research the company. You should be doing the research already since you've applied and you want to know what you're getting into really, and this is critical. You should know what you're getting into again and learn about it. So maybe by asking an insightful question, this can really stick with the interviewer and it shows that you're interested and that you are investigating. The seventh tip is to answer the questions with your strength. Be specific when you answer anything or when you explain something. You can tell a brief story if that is necessary, but try to keep it short and simple. Focus on the most recent experiences that you have had. And by recent, I mean within the last year or so. Do not try to bring up your childhood or something that happened in your middle or high school. And if you do not have the knowledge for something that they're asking, explain how you can apply a different experience to something like this. And try to stay positive and focus on your strengths. The last tip is to try to save a bad interview if you can. So don't be subtle when you speak about something strong that has been missed. So if the interviewer missed your strong point, make sure that they understand it and make sure that you reintegrate them and that you are able to prove your point. Offer to return if things get a little hectic or something. Offer to return when the environment is calm and when the interviewer doesn't seem rushed or preoccupied. These people are very busy and they have a lot of things that distract them during the interview. So if you want to reschedule, make sure that you let them know, and this can better improve your performance and the communication that is going. Lastly, thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you'll find it useful in your next interview.